Uh, Got another good team coming in here to Founders Park in Alabama. One of the teams, as we mentioned last week, the SEC is very jumbled together right now outside of the top two or three teams. And so just have a lot of important games to still be played in our league, both for us and a lot of other teams. So another big weekend for us, and we're anxious to get going.
All right. You have a question? Please raise your hand in the function. All right. We'll start with Dave.
How's it going, Mark?
Hey, Dave.
How good is it to have just kind of this week a full rest? No midweek game. You're allowed to kind of reset your pitching and get everybody to full strength from a pitching perspective going into this series.
Yeah, it's good that we don't have a midweek game. The fact that the series has moved up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, takes away a little bit of that. But the fact that Eli Jones will not have to start on Tuesday means he'll be available for the weekend. That'll help. Our weekend starters will be on 1 day less rest, so we won't quite get the impact there because the SEC, we play so many Thursday, Friday, Saturday weekends where they move everybody up. So they won't get the benefit of it, but it'll still be for the rest of the guys that come in out of the bullpen. They'll be much more rested than they have been.
All right. Dave, you have a follow-up? Are there any other?
I'll go ahead and ask another one. No one else will chime in. Mark, I'm working on something about Brant Belk.
Yeah.
What makes, sorry for the generalities here, but what makes him an elite hitter?
Well, I think there's a few things. Number one, the fact that he's left-handed with extremely good hand-eye coordination. Really is a great starting point. The fact that he's an older guy with a lot of experience and a lot of at-bats under his belt, I think is a big factor. I just think he has a great feel for the game. He sees the ball really well, and he knows what he's looking for. He knows what his strengths are, what his weaknesses are. And I just think he's a complete hitter. He's like a veteran. He's like having a pro in there for you because of all those reasons. Hand-eye coordination, it's a very fundamentally sound swing. His eyes are trained. He has experience. Just all those things lead to him being a very good hitter. And I think what also needs to be said is the fact that he's played left, he's played center, he's played first base, and played all those willingly in doing whatever's best for the team. So he's been a great addition for us this year, no question about it.
All right, go to John Little.
Michael Braswell, obviously freshmen go through highs and lows, ups and downs, but with Michael specifically, what's his year been like and how he's handled it mentally? Obviously, he was nationally a big guy early on in the season, really struggled to start SEC play, but it looks like he's getting it back a little bit here lately.
Yeah, I think he's going through what a lot of freshmen go through. He has ups, he has downs. When we're facing teams that maybe are a little bit more manageable, he's had great success. When we face the best of the best, he struggled some, but I think that's normal for most freshmen that play at this level. The fact that he's held his own and he's hitting 275 in that area and has played really good defense. He makes all the routine plays, and he's only going to get better. So mentally, I think it's been a little bit of a roller coaster for him, but it is for most guys. As they make this big a jump to the SEC level. So I think when all is said and done, you're looking at a guy that's going to have a really solid and really good freshman season that he can build on. We were looking at some things earlier. We were talking to the freshmen during batting practice today, and Brady Allen, who left here as a 5th round pick, hit 210 as a freshman. And so, I think this is the hardest league in America, and it's even harder for freshmen. So I think when freshmen can come in and hold their own, I think you just need to let them know, don't be too hard on yourself, but also understand the lessons that need to be learned here. You need to learn, do you need to get stronger? You need to learn, is your pitch selection something that needs to be improved? I think the key for freshmen that are playing a lot at this level is just continue to learn what is necessary to take your game to the next level. And I think he's doing that.
Mike, I know you came in late. You have a question for Coach?
Yeah, sorry about that, Mark.
No problem, Mike.
And I was trying to help Colin out here today a little bit. I guess, I guess this is a vague question, but in terms of just the mentality, right? I mean, we talk about it all the time with baseball, the ups and downs. How have you seen this team, especially over the last, I'd say, couple of weeks in particular, maybe rally together? I mean, we hear about all the, players only meetings, that kind of stuff. But what have you noticed just day to day in terms of how they approach things and how they've been able to block out the noise?
Yeah, it's a resilient team. I mean, they know that we've battled adversity. They know that we've been doing some things, that are challenging in terms of what we're trying to overcome on a lot of days. So it's been a resilient team. It's been a team that has shown up every day to play hard and to win. And so I've got no issues at all with how we're going about our business. We're having good practices, and the guys are playing hard, and we're in darn near every game we play. We have a chance to win late, and so it's just a matter of continuing to find ways to win those games late. And so I have no issue at all with how they're going about their business.
And to that point, Mark, I'm sorry, Kent.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, and to that point, I just got the question from Colin, who's on the road today. He was just asking about maintaining the offensive consistency and how you go about that.
Yeah, it's just there's no secrets. You work hard every day. You do your video work. You do your scouting reports. You work individually with Coach Kaye, and you just get the work in. You put the work in every day. So that's what it's all about. Baseball is a marathon. You've got to play the long game, and how you do that is just with a good approach mentally and physically every day. You put that work in, and then you trust the results will be there long term.
Thank you,
Dave.
Mark, you got your pitching rotation for this weekend set?
Yeah, we'll go with the same as last week. We'll go Thomas, Hall, and Sanders.
John.
What stands out to you about Alabama? What jumps out on the page on the scouting report?
Yeah, they're very similar to Auburn in that they play really good defense. They're hitting 284 as a team. They can steal a base. They have power. And pitching wise, they're going to throw some really good guys at you. So to me, it's a very similar team in terms of just they don't beat themselves. You're going to have to play really good to beat them, and they play hard. So I think it's a similar team, and it's going to take a great effort on our part. But it's a good ball club. They've got a guy with double-digit homers and multiple guys hitting 300. So it's going to be good baseball.
Any more questions for Coach? All right. Appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Ken.
thanks, Mark.
Yep. See you around this weekend.